And welcome back to Music Freak Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a fun, fabulous, and in all other ways, wonderful, whatever today is, Thursday. And I'm sure that you are also fun, fabulous, and wonderful too. Hey, let's just jump into the whole Minecraft, because, oops, hit the right button here. Jump into the Minecraft, because, you know, Minecraft is fun. And, We've got some stuff to do today. Also, I have buttons that I'm occasionally pushing the right ones of. All right, so first off, yeah, on stream on Tuesday, I ended up creating a zombie villager farm, which was great. I have zombie villagers. Turns out these guys do actually despawn if you've not traded with the villagers. So for the moment, I've got the villagers backing up, and then I'll feed them to the zombie here in a little bit. But first thing I need to do before I do that is figure out where the heck are they going to go. That seems like a sort of important part of this whole process. So that's where we're going to be today. Is we're up here on the habitation level, and we're going to figure out where the villagers are going to go. Now, kind of what I'm thinking is I think I'm going to be setting up some form of walls coming out. I don't know, something like this. I think I'm going to have some sort of entrance going into this top level dealy bob here. Okay? Gotta love a top level dealy bob, and that's what we've got. We have top level dealy bobs. All right. Now, I do have a couple of things that are going to go up here that are not strictly villager related. I'm going to be putting my auto brewer up here. But I'm putting that up here in part because I want it nearby so it's easy to brew up potions and throw them at people. Because obviously, throwing potions at people is fun. And that's what we're going to be doing. So, yeah. I'm going to need a bunch of weakness potions to splash on these guys. So I'm going to be setting up a potion brewer up here. And I think the clerics are going to be somewhere nearby, which I think makes some semblance of sense, I think. So we'll be setting up something along those lines. I think what I'm going to be doing here is I think right around here, it's going to be the potion brewer. Okay, it's gonna go here. All right, now I'm gonna be putting some clerics nearby. All right, I'm not entirely sure where nearby, but probably in the same room as the potion brewer, because that kind of makes sense. You know, it just seems like a thing to do. There. Also, a thing to do. Hey, place the block. Thank you. Is I'm going to put a little bit of safety floor in place. Eventually, there's going to be like full floor there and not just safety floor. But, you know, it's a thing that's going to have to happen. And so, you know, we'll deal with it. In the meantime, let's see what else is going to go on. Oh, right. So over here, right, we've got our zombie villager parking area. And, you know, they seem relatively happy there. I need to set up some regular villagers here. Now, I think the plan is to put some of the smiths over on this side. So come down here. I've got the iron farm output right there. I think what I want to do is put all of the blacksmiths and stuff in an area. I don't know if I want to put them here. So I'm not entirely sure how much I want to actually block off this view. I don't know. Maybe not that much, because I actually like being able to look down And it'll be fun to see the laser zapping from up here. So, yeah, definitely going to want to leave some space for that. So let's see now. At the very least, we'll block some of this off. Now, I actually kind of like the idea maybe of using this area. Eventually, the zombie villager parking is going to go away. Once I have all the villagers up here, I won't need this anymore. So I'll take over that space and use it for something else. But I'm kind of digging the idea of using this too wide space here as the walkway to get around. Okay. Also, I'm thinking once these guys are gone, I'm going to be putting elevators here to get up this way. Some bubble vaders to get up to this level. Okay, because right now, whoop, all the way down here, I think this is going to be a really handy place to do elevators. That side, and maybe on this side as well. Probably going all the way up to the next level. But we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. But in the meantime, so let's see. So if I take these guys here, and then let's deal with the blacksmiths. Now, if I'm going to make that a hallway, let's actually, maybe for the hall, we'll put the pale oak on the inside of that. Now, this is all going to end up not being there, I think. Yeah, I think, excuse me, we'll end up bringing the villagers in on this side. Yes, we'll walk through the hall. We'll have the pale oak here. This will open out. There'll be, I think, wall or window or something up this way. Okay, all that good stuff. But, I am going to need some form of villager parking. Now, I suppose I should figure out how many of these guys I'm going to want, okay? Which is probably a very good question. If I bring this way, as far as, because I think at least for a while, and maybe forever, the blacksmiths are going to be my primary source of emeralds for trading with everybody else. So I'm going to need a few of them. All right. So. How many of them do I need? You know what would be really handy? I think I'm going to need some more rockets, apparently. But let's get something else. You know, I walked over here when I logged in just before stream. That door was missing. Somebody definitely took umbrage at the fact I had a door there. Now it's set backwards, so zombies shouldn't be breaking it down, but you know, they're weird like that. All right, so what am I? Oh, right. Let's. I want to get some torch making materials here. All right. Shiny. Oh, I guess I could sleep here. Okay, so it's going to be great. We're going to have all the fun. All right. So, let's see now. I've got the torches so I can kind of mark out where I want these villagers to be. And I'm sort of thinking I want to go with maybe 10 or 12 of them, roughly speaking. All right, so I'm going to put this here. Let's say there's going to be a door in the middle of this somewhere. I could run this like so. Right. Again, there's a question of how much visibility do I want to have into that? Okay. Again, I think I do want a bunch. It's just going to be a matter of how much and where it's all going to go. All right, but. If I put these guys in place, something like that. All right, so that is what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and I could absolutely continue this across like so. Actually, what if I were to do it this way? Let's take these ones out. I could put the door here. Okay. It could be 1 block, 2 block wide, I think. Probably just 1 block wide right along the pale oak here. I mean, other than the fact that I've got some of that all in the wrong place. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Now I could back them up, right? Put them right up against the wall. I might even do some other decor. Who knows? I do want this to be somewhat decorated, but that's 11, huh? 4, 7, 11. I could even put a 12th one there if I want to. If I backed them all the way up against the wall, I could probably squeeze 1 or 2 more in. Okay, but that should be good for all of the villager trades coming out of my happy, slappy, whatever-y thing. Okay? That's the plan. Okay. Okay, so I could do something along those lines. If I were to back these guys up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Same thing. We'll just... I think what I can do is do 5. So it's a matter of where the heck I'm going to put this wall. And I do like the idea. Oops, there. Possibly one guy there. That'll depend a little bit on how the room ends up being shaped. But if I were to bring... So if I were to do that, that leaves an empty block, right? I could do this. All right. And make this room. So, all right. So now we get 4, 8, 17. Right, because I don't have one there. 4, 8, 12, 13, 15. Okay. I think that'll work. And then if I have the villages around there, these guys would be back here. Right. And probably something along the lines of something would be here. I don't know what. I don't know what that'll look like yet, but we'll figure that out. But this will definitely give me room, and then I can put in some decorative nonsense here in the middle. That would be good. In fact, if I got really, really creative about it, and I might not be able to. So there is the water stream under here, which leads into the bulk storage or into the farm storage, but it doesn't connect up to the iron storage. Okay, so that's an idea. If I want to take advantage of the iron storage, like it's like, oh, I have extra things, right? Say I I have extra iron blocks. Let's just drop them in a chest so they end up back in the storage. Or in the bulk storage. That could be handy. But if I'm talking about usability, right? The iron farm is here. I think I'm going to have a door on that side. Come out to elevators here coming up. Up through here. Basically where those guys are. And then they're close here. So yeah, I think this is where this is going to go. So this is going to be the black. Oops. Wow, I can't spell at all. Blacksmiths. Okay, Smith is not that hard a name to spell, you know. I could probably do that. Could be worse. All right. So the blacksmiths would go kind of over there. Okay? That's fair. And if I'm coming out this way, right? And I decide I want to use this set as an actual hallway. I'm not doing that down on the storage level because I wasn't thinking about it. But also, there's all the redstone down there, so... Right. There's all of this redstone to block in for the rest of the storage, so... Yeah, that's just not there. I mean, I probably will have some form of walkway through there, but... Yeah. There's just going to be a lot of empty space back there for the storage, so... Okay, so, you know, fun, right? Who needs planning? I do. I need planning. Okay. Cool. So, we'll bring them in. All right. Hey, while we're thinking about it, you know, if you're dealing with password bloat and want to not have your passwords just written on paper at your desk, check out Proton Pass. Just dropped a link in the chat. It's an excellent app for keeping track of that sort of thing. They've got a great free plan for dealing with the passwords, but if you upgrade and go with one of the paid plans, there's some really cool stuff, like integrated password management or two-factor stuff built right in, which is handy as all heck. Because if you don't have it, then you have to jump to another app, and it's just crazy. But yeah, check that out. Very good stuff from a company that is focused on privacy, and I love that. All right. So, all right. So we'll deal with that. I'm actually really thinking that I want to leave this open. Now, on this side is going to get a little bit crazy. Oh, so crazy. Like, totally crazy, man. It's like a pop star dating a tight end sort of crazy. Even crazier, it's like a pop star wanting to marry a tight end. Who would have ever thought that would have happened? Anyway, librarians are going to be happening over here. Now, I've done the math. Roughly. And I'm going to need 40-ish librarians, okay? If I want to get a librarian for every enchantment, which I kind of do, or at least most of them, I'm going to need about 40 librarians. So we are going to be dealing with a lot of space over here. All right, now which I think I've already decided, we're going to have this sort of outside hallway. And I want to have, I think, wide open areas into, you know, and overlooking the reactor. Now, maybe I'll wall it off. Maybe I'll set it so I can run across over top of it. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. But whatever I do, we're going to need 40-something villagers here. So if I were to bring this way, okay, again, I think I'll leave this open. I'm almost certain I want some form of window coming around this area. I don't know what. I don't know how. I don't know just about anything, really. But something over there is going to be great. So, yeah, we'll figure that action out. Yes. All right. Now, the problem with being up here is I can't sleep. Because I've got those villagers, zombie villagers in minecarts. And they are absolutely wanting to eat my face. And that's not high on my list of things I want done today. So we're going to try something else, okay? We're going to go with the non-face eating side of this, all right? Right, so let's see now. How do I want to do the thing? All right, so if I bring in librarians, okay, this would come this way. I think I'd want to have... a couple of ways in and out of this room, right? So if I brought this over here, probably not there. That would be weird. Right, if I did something along these lines. Now, I could run the villagers, not just around the outsides, but in hallways or something. Because I kind of like the idea of maybe tucking them in and around like bookshelves and things like that. That could be fun. All right. So this would come out this way for sure. Now, the good news is the way I want to do this, you know, they're going to take up very little room. Because the way I like to do villagers, okay, if you've never seen how I do things with villagers before, the way I like to do that is I like to put whatever their job block is, whether it's a lectern or a barrel or whatever in the floor, cover it with a carpet or a trap door or something like that. Doesn't matter which of those it is, just has to be something, so they have something, one, to stand on, and two, makes them slightly taller. And then what happens is you just block them in, right? So you'd have something like this. So the villager stands here, right? And they're too tall. I'm short guy, apparently, right? The player can walk through this. The villagers cannot, because they are exactly 2 blocks high. So they will just stand there and do nothing, which gives you a nice, simple place to stash them, okay? Which is great. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I think what I'm going to be doing is setting up a lot of that using bookshelves and chiseled bookshelves. The chiseled bookshelves because I can put books in the shelf, which is handy. So we're gonna be working on that, I think. So the question is then, where do we put them? Now, I could do the same thing. I think I don't know if I want them right up against the wall. I'm going to be putting... I really like the idea of putting bookshelves around them, right? That seems really cool. So I don't have any bookshelves here to demonstrate with, but I don't know if I want them standing in front of bookshelves, though. As cool as that would be, I think that would be a little bit weird. I kind of need them... I don't know if I need them embedded in a wall, or I definitely need something here. But I'll definitely need bookshelves to make something work. But if I do something like this, now I have 50 torches on me, right? So I could. The other nice thing about doing that is you can put them in the corner and everything's good. All right, so I could do something along these lines. I remember I had 50 torches, so we'll see where I end up when I'm done with this round. Okay. There is something that is not right. Oh no, that's fine. All right, so that's the thing, and if I open some space up, let's see. Gonna do a thing. We're gonna do a thing. I don't know what thing I'm gonna do, but definitely going to do it. All right. So I just had to check something. Okie dokie. All right, so okay, so I think what I might do, let's say I use the stripes, okay? Okay, if I take those guys out, and I take out, well, we place some more villagers here, 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 and then here, and here, and here. The problem with doing it this way is that, okay, I could come in here and trade with these guys. These guys would all be walled off, and I don't want that. Okay, I mean, I could, right? I could take this one out. Right, and I could do something along these lines, right? That would definitely, oh, these guys are in the wrong place. All of these guys, oh, no, they're not. No, they're not, because this wall would be coming like so. All right. Cool, so if I were to do something along these lines, right, I could do that. The other option, you know, I could kick out a wall. Kick out those guys. It's just a matter of where I want all of this to go, right? Right. Now, I think if I were to do that, I would really maybe like to have some space in there. Let's see. I mean, another option, because, you know, we have all of the options here. So many options. All right. Okay, I'm not sure I like this. In fact, I'm sure I don't like this. Kind of like, let's clean out our temporary villagers here. Let's say I bring them across like so. Now I could open this way. And again, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to run this. Okay. I'm just not. There are definitely options, and I have them, but I don't know what they are. I mean, I could open this out this way as well. Okay. And sort of bring them in, bring them out this way. Hey, Snoopers, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right, I mean, so I could bring them this way. In fact, if I were to, I don't know, I could leave this here, not put villagers on this side, so I've got a window looking into the reactor. That could be fun. You have the sick. You're not supposed to have the sick. That's not right. Snoopers, you need to be better than that. No, that sucks. I hope you recover, because being sick sucks. Okay. So let's pull our fake villagers out here. Alright, so if I were to run these guys across like so. Something like this, then. Alright, so they'd be kind of sort of stretched out along here. That's going to be a window. Okay. Alright, so this is going to make a little bit more sense, perhaps. Alright. You very rarely get sick. Oh, right. Yeah, so when you do... Yep. I don't get sick often either. And I am a huge baby when it comes to getting sick. You know... Okay, so I'm going to have this be at least visibly open, if not actually open. Again, I haven't decided if I want to be able to walk over the reactor here. And I do want to be able to come into this from both sides, maybe. I don't know. This is why I'm planning. Planning is so contrary to my nature, but this is why I'm doing it. Yes, homes is a bit generous of a term, but yes, that is basically it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have blacksmiths over here, right? So the weaponsmith, the armorer, the toolsmith, they're all going to be over here, right? Okay. Yeah, cells, sure. That's absolutely what they are. The brewer's going to go over here. We're going to do clerics over here somewhere. Okay. How exactly, I'm not entirely sure. We'll play with that a little bit. Honestly, if I want this so I can be open, I might put the brewer on the other side and put the clerics here. I don't need as many clerics, but clerics are a great source of redstone and blue dye. So, be using those a lot. Especially since I've decided to use blue terracotta for the walls up here. The storage floor is green. The villager habitation level is purple. And I don't know what the other level is going to be. But it's going to be a thing. Anyway. Yeah, blue terracotta. Yeah, otherwise, yes, aka purple. Yep. Alright, so... Now, I absolutely can, and probably should, bring this out this one. So if let's say I bring this here. Okay, if I put a glass wall here, I don't want villagers in front of that. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room. I don't know exactly what I would put here. Here, we'll just use a little netherrack. That far? Let's see, what is this? 5 blocks? Maybe there. Let's see. Diagonal, 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 diagonal. Okay, maybe that's where that stands out, right? So I put villager here. All right, something along those lines, okay? They're not lining up, but that's okay. We'll figure out the exact dimensions of this room as we continue on and exactly where the villagers are going to go, right? I do want to have, I think, a walkway coming out this way, so we'll figure that out. But I'm going to have to squeeze in another 8 to 10 villagers, right? So that I can get all of the stuff I need, right? Because I want to be able to get most of the villagers, right? Most of the villager-enabled trades, anyway. And there's a bunch of them. As I said, I think it's around 40. And there might be a couple I don't worry about, but you know, there will be a day I'm going to need that Bane of Arthropods book, and I'm going to be upset that I don't have it. So we'll figure that out. Okay, but if I were to do that... Oh, actually, what if I were to do this? What if I leave this open? Okay. So you can come over here, you see this, you can walk this way. All right. Cool. And then what I could do potentially is let's take this. And let's say I go like so. Okay, so I can run some villagers right across like that. I think that might work. And if I do the same thing here, right? Right. Okay. Right, because this would go like this. All right, and then villager. Oops. We'll bring them right up to this pale oak boundary. Just like that. I think that'll do it. So we'll come in. There'll be some villagers. There's a thing there. Okay, hang on. These guys are in the wrong place. Let's figure it out. So if I do something along those lines, in fact, I could probably take that guy out, or maybe put one over here. Yeah. I think that'll be a reasonable doorway. And I've got a little bit of leeway if I want to leave some out, but okay, so I could do something along these lines, right? This wall goes here and here, right? And yeah, I'm going to be filling a lot of this space with books and bookshelves. I think I'm going to have a chiseled bookshelf above each villager where I can just put some books. What I'm going to be doing, at least, it's going to be on the top floor. See, the idea here is I'm going to have the villager level here. I've got storage on the bottom, villager level here. The top floor is going to be pretty much decorative nonsense, okay? That's living area. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a library up there and potentially set that sucker up for auto-sorted books. So I could trade with villagers here if I want to, maybe throw into a little dropper vader going up into a nice little book return area that then feeds a storage system similar to what I've got down on the first floor, where all of the happy little copper golems will sort books for me. Because they can do that, and it's awesome. And so it would be fun just to come up to the library and do that. All right, well, that'll be cool. All right, so we've got some space. Now, I was thinking I would put a honey farm here, okay? You can tell because there are signs that I may want to put a honey farm here. And what I might do, because I do kind of want this to be a little bit decorative. I mean, I don't want it to just look, here's a square full of villagers. It's going to look like a square full of villagers. But what I might do is if I were to put a honey farm here, I could put my farmer villagers in the honey farm. Now, obviously, they're not going to trade the honey, but it would, if I were to decorate it with the bees and maybe some greenery and just make it look like a sort of indoor garden area, I think it would look good and be a good place for farmers as well. So I don't know how much space I'm going to need, but I do like this idea here too. So we'll put some farmers over here. Now, I do need farmers because golden carrots and possibly golden apples, because I hear that they sometimes will trade those things. All right. So that's going to be a thing. Now, I may end up taking out and moving some of this grid as I shift some things around. That's okay. We'll deal with that. But, all right, so we'll have those guys. Well, farmers, you can write on both sides of the signs, so that'll be fun. Farmers. Okay. But yeah, if I take the honey farm, I might put the honey farm around here because I need honeycomb and I need honey blocks. So that'll be a thing. So if I put that around here and I could have farmers nearby, maybe they'll go there. I don't know. The clerics are going to be around here. So I'm going to build my automated potion brewer over here. We'll put the clerics in with it. And I'm not going to need a huge number of clerics. Probably not more than 6 or 8. So I think how this room is going to shape up will depend a little bit on all the other stuff here. But I do like the idea of maybe bringing them out to here. So let's see. Let's say I do, because farmers, I'm not going to need a lot of farmers. Let's be honest. I don't plan on doing a lot of farm trades. I'm not going to set up a pumpkin farm here. I'm not going to set up a melon farm here. This is just a place for me to buy golden carrots. So at most, I'm going to need 3 farmers. Probably. Okay. But that should be sufficient. All right. So we'll get some clerics going. The other place where I'm going to need a bunch of villagers is going to be masons. Now, obviously, I'm in a place where terracotta is, well, there's a lot of it, okay? Surprisingly enough, I am not going to be running short of terracotta anytime soon. So, I just need to basically dye it. But masons are wonderful for quartz. Quartz blocks in particular. Okay, they don't work too well for other quartz, but for quartz blocks, they work pretty well. All right, now, so I think what I might do is I might load up those guys. If I were to run the same thing, I could set up another deal here. A walkway coming this way. Let's say that exists. Let's say that stops something. I don't need that. Don't know that I'm going to need. Need all 16, but definitely enough that I could fill this out, right? I could come all the way out this way, right? And I could just take my villagers. Said a lack of torches. Hang on, I must go get some more stand-in villagers. All right. Turns out, terracotta, also not great for flying. Strange and stuff, but it's actually very true. Okay. All right, so let's... All right, so let's get a few more torches. There we go. I know, right? Learning is fun. Like, I would like to learn why my base didn't have a door when I logged in this evening, but that could very well be some strange zombie critter just knocking on the door. Yeah, see, the library would end up with something along these lines, okay? Probably, so this storage room has overflow here and an empty section here for shulkers and stuff. The library upstairs on the 3rd floor that would be auto-sorted would be this size, probably with an enchanting setup in the middle. And then, you know, just all that stuff. So you can just throw in the books and they'll just get put places. Which is good. I am happy about that. All right, so back up top. Up we go. Now, I would like to use more quartz blocks in my build, so now on the other hand, it would be kind of nice to have masons selling types of terracotta that I have to dye, for example. Red terracotta, I've got plenty of that. Okay, turns out there's red terracotta all over the place. Same with the brown terracotta. Black terracotta, on the other hand, is a little more rare, so you know, you love having all the masons. Yeah, and I think I do want to do something along those lines. Okay. So if I were to do this. Oops. All right, now the other question is, are there any other villagers I want to have? Okay. And the short answer is, yeah, I guess. No, there are a couple. I should get a couple of leather workers. Actually, I don't even need them anymore. I used to get leather workers just so I had somebody I could trade, so I could buy saddles. But saddles are craftable now. So I don't really need leather workers for anything in particular. A couple of weavers, shepherds, whatever they call them in this flavor. Yeah. Oh no, they are totally craftable. Like, yep. It's something they added right there. It's crafted with 3 leather and an iron ingot. With this particular version is actually when they introduced that. Because what Mojang wanted to do was... nope, it's absolutely not a crafting tweak. Nope, it is 100% just part of all the things. Yeah. No, so it's awesome. So the reason I wanted it, or excuse me, the reason Mojang was doing that is they want travel to be easier early game, right? Say you want to ride a horse, right? How hard is it to actually ride a horse or a mule or a donkey, right? When you first, you spawn in a plains biome. Look, there are horses. How hard is it to actually ride one, right? You have to go hunt up a desert temple or go into the nether, or you're right. By the time you can get saddles, your horses are useless, kinda. So by making them craftable, they make horses more useful early game, which is awesome. All right, so yeah, so that's great. So the question is, do I want to go full Mason? Now, as I said, there are a few types of, like, there are a few things that you can only get from the shepherds, right? The woolly people. The woolly people give you banner patterns, I think. So I think there are a few of those that are only available through trades, but the reality is you don't really need them. I guess, yeah, some of them they'll buy wool from you, but I don't have a wool farm over here. And frankly, I don't intend on having a wool farm over here. I have a wool farm back in the ancient city. If I'm going to need a lot of wool, I can get it from there and AFK if I need to. Right, so yeah, so that's going to be a thing. I do like the idea here of having this open. Have a hallway coming down this way. What am I drinking tonight? What am I drinking tonight? It's all gone now. It is a Big K root beer, 0 sugar. Because it's also caffeine free. So really, it's flavored water. The why bother soda. Yeah. Honestly, I like the 0 sugar sodas. That actually sounds good. No, it is actually tasty. I found that the 0 sugar actually works really well with the sodas that have a creamy taste to them. So root beer, colas to some extent. It actually works really well with ginger ale as well. But a lot of the other flavors like orange soda, stuff like that, not so much. Yeah, Pepsi Zero, exactly. But I like to drink the 0 sugar varieties because it means I'm not drinking calories. Right? Now, yes, they've got funky, like they've got aspartame and stuff, but there's 0 calories, and in my case, the 0 sugar, not necessarily the diet, but definitely the 0 sugar sodas means there's no corn syrup, like no high fructose corn syrup. And I think the difference between the diet and the 0 sugar is the sweetener. I think that's about it. But because I have this stupid fructose intolerance, I have to be really watchful for things that have high fructose corn syrup. So, oh, I'm yellow now. Nice. So because of that, sticking to the 0 sugar means I know I'm going to get a can of soda that is free of the high fructose corn syrup. Plain sugar doesn't bother me. I could eat that all day. I shouldn't, but I can. But anything with fructose, if I eat too much of it, and it doesn't take a lot, messes with my insides, something fierce. And not happy about that. So, yeah. All right, so I do kind of like the idea here. Now, I did talk about, I think before you got here, Snoopers, is I'm going to use this outside path here as sort of a walkway all the way around all of the villager habitats. Okay. So that'll be great. Oh, I don't have the angle dealy bob. That's going to come up this way too. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so it's another one of those cases of, hi, my body is stupid. Can I just have a shortcut so I know what I can drink? But yeah, it's nice not having to worry about the calories in it. It's nice not to have to worry about yeah, I think this will be well. It's nice not to have to worry about probably other things. But it also satisfies my sweet tooth enough that I don't necessarily feel like snacking. That didn't stop me from eating way too many donuts today because I was in meetings and they had donuts on the table. And so I had to eat a donut to be polite after all, right? If there are donuts there, you have to be polite. You have to eat the donut and you know, so I did. I ate the donut thrice. Usually Diet Pepsi is your treat. Okay, yeah, to satisfy a sweet tooth. Yeah, and what I found is when the kids are home, we'll get a treat or two for the week. So we'll get, maybe it's Cheez-Its, maybe we'll make cookies, maybe we'll, do something. But I get in the habit of wanting to then snack after meals because we have those. The donuts don't tempt you as much these days. They shouldn't tempt me that much either. In fact, I had a Long John, one of the long cream-filled ones. Felt kind of sick afterwards. Probably won't stop me from eating one tomorrow. But, no, I need to avoid those too. But anyway. That gets me into the habit of snacking, and I don't like it. But with soda, it satisfies my sweet tooth, but I don't quite crave it quite as much, and I don't snack as much. And you're tempted by salty snacks, Snoopers? I'm right there with you. Salty snacks are definitely a problem. Like, I was getting a treat one time. It's like, oh, I know. I will get this big container of what was it? It was a Santa Fe trail mix. Spicy, salty, delicious, and amazing. And I went through that in like a day and a half. I couldn't stop. So you get the mini cans of soda. Okay, that's fair. See, I can usually nurse a can of soda along for a while. I also like soda when I'm streaming because the carbonation really helps soothe my throat a little bit, which is kind of nice. Have I tried wasabi almonds? I cannot say that I have. Actually, I don't know that I've ever had wasabi. So good, huh? Okay. Yeah, I've never wasabied, so. All right, so I kind of like this. I don't know if I'm going to fill it with masons or not, but we can go with this, masons. This is going to be a heck of a lot of villagers in this area. It's kind of a little bit of a concern, but that's fine, I guess. So we'll have all of the villagers up here. So I'm going to set up the auto brewer up here so that it's easier to get splash potions of weakness. I thought it said raisins. Yes. No, you absolutely heard right. We're going to fill this area with raisins because I plan on making oatmeal cookies. And raisins are going to be necessary for the oatmeal cookies. So we're just going to set them up in little growing pods up here. It's going to be great. if I soak them in water so they get appropriately pruny, I think that's going to work out wonderful. I could soak villagers in water so they get pruny as well. So they'll work out as raisins. You know, these are the things we have to do to get the appropriate condiments and add-ins for our cookies. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works. Now, we'll get some masons, and so I could come down the middle here somewhere too, and I could do masons and shepherds, right? And so I might, so I could split this down the middle, right? Probably down this way, something along those lines. Okay, because yeah, sheep herds. Yes, yes. Okay. Here, let's fill this floor in just a little bit. Oh, stream joke. What did the mountain climber name his son? Cliff. That one's a little over the edge, I have to say. Okay, no, that one sort of fell flat. Okay. All right, anyway, so we'll have walkway here. I'm going to need crazy amounts of blue, so clerics are actually going to be one of the earlier ones. So we'll get what you call a guy with no arms or legs at your front door? I don't know. I know what you call a guy with no arms and no legs in your swimming pool. Call him Bob. Call him Matt. Yes, obviously. Yes, Bob. Okay. So I was going to put the brewer here, but that's going to just be a wall in and of itself. I still might put it there. Let's be honest. Yeah, YouTube is late to the party. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think that's going to be okay. So the clerics, what to do with the clerics? So I'm just keeping this water stream open for the moment. I think I'm actually done with it. I think I can probably cover it up, but it's not even fashionably late. Exactly. Exactly. So if I were to see, I could put the auto brewer over here. It's kind of out of the way, but on the other hand, how often am I going to use the silly thing? Because I don't brew potions very often. So if I actually set up the brewer over here, oh, that might be good. Oh, what? Yes. Because if they blowed, well, probably a joke in there somewhere, but not suitable for family friendly. Okay. Yeah, you know. All right, so yeah, I think this will make some sense. So yeah, it might have been Sprite. It's quote 5, so that would have been early. And that's one. Actually, I can edit them now. I couldn't really edit the quotes with Mix It Up, but I can do that with StreamerBot. So I might have to go in there and just adjust the grammar just a touch. But yes. Yep. We'll just blame Sprite. So, oh, okay. You good, Minecraft? Okay. It got there eventually. All right. All right, so yeah, so if I put the brewer here, and it's about 5 or 6 blocks deep, so it's going to go there. So you no longer have the ability to misquote me? You can totally misquote me. I tend to leave them there. I'll go in sometimes and fix some capitalization or something, just so it looks a little nicer, but yeah, it's a thing. All right, so the brewer is going to go here, which means I think we'll do clerics on this side. So it's going to be a little bit... Woohoo! All right, well, that's fine. We'll go get a little bit more concrete. It's all good. Yep. One thing I'm going to need... Oops, not there. Concrete. Oh, I'm going to need so much sand, so much gravel. Here, let's fly, because I've got to get up top here. Yeah, so I could do this. All right. Let's go ahead and fill this square in. But yeah, if I take a half dozen clerics, maybe as many as 8 or 9. Now, the clerics, I don't really benefit from converting clerics because they just, the trade I want is lapis and redstone, and those don't get any cheaper because they start at one. They start at 1 emerald, and obviously they can't get cheaper than an emerald, and they don't give you more for it, but since they're all coming up villagers anyway, or all coming up zombies, yeah. They're going to get converted anyway, which is fine. There will be other happy, you know, the fun part about being in a desert is it doesn't rain. It does get dark and makes me think that it's time for bed. And, so, okay, we're back. We're back. Sorry, that was me. My network dropped. It was stupid. Yep, I dropped a few frames there. Okay. It's about time to reboot my computer. All right. You know, I have yet to see the Minecraft movie. Anyway. So welcome back. I was saying things. I don't remember what they were, but... Now, the chicken jockey just killed the stream. That's, you gotta watch out for chicken jockeys. They're jerks. Please don't see it. I'm not going into it expecting it to be good. I don't go into any movie with Jack Black expecting it to be good. Which you could be you before you saw it. On the other hand, I kind of... It's one of those things, I'm a Minecraft content creator, a Minecraft streamer. I almost feel obligated to see it, but that'll be a thing. It's so horrible. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? I don't... Because I'm not a fan of Jack Black. I don't like his comedy. I don't like most of the way he does things. Oh, the audience is very enthused. Yeah. I am... There's a reason I don't go see movies in the theater anymore. And the audience is pretty much the reason. Okay. All right, so if I'm going to put a honey farm, 2 of them. Again, 1 honey and 1 other? The only thing you liked was the cameos. Yeah, it's been fun seeing some of the clips and seeing, oh, look, there's Mumbo Jumbo. And whatever, you know. Right, I'm going to come in right under this for water stream. Okay. Yeah, seeing Mumbo, seeing Lizzie. There are a few others that of creators that I don't know. But that was kind of fun. I got a huge laugh. So I was watching, I think it was one of the early episodes of Past Life. And better joke. It doesn't work that way. I was watching an episode of Past Life, and it was Tango Tech's video, but Tango was gone that week, so Mumbo Jumbo, Mumbo was subbing in for that. And Mumbo was going off about, you know, pretending to be Tango, but talking about himself, talking about Mumbo, and how handsome and wonderful he is. And Tango threw a picture of Redneck Mumbo from the Minecraft movie in, and I died. That was, it takes a lot sometimes to get me to laugh at something. I absolutely laughed out loud about that. So, you know. Okay. So what we have here now is the beginnings of villager fun. So what we're going to need, are workstations and trapdoors and things, and I'm going to have to block, at least finish getting the walls up and all of the blocking stuff in place so the villagers can't go anywhere. All right. So let's go get some more blue terracotta. Let's go see if I have more blue. That's the next question. I have blue. We're using white terracotta here today because I do have a data pack on the server which allows us to re-dye terracotta. So I'm going to do that. All right. This level will make Sprite happy. So, you know, got that going for us. All right, now I don't think that's pretty much about it. That sums it up pretty well. I don't think. So the walls are going to eventually go all the way up, but for now, we'll just be sure they're 2 blocks high to keep our villagers in place. Actually, but no, it is really cool though when Mumbo subs in. All right, fine, we'll do it. I think what I'm going to have to do, I might do it tomorrow. I know what my podcast is going to be tomorrow. I am going to do a really late movie review of Thunderbolts. TLDR, I thought it was fun. Okay, so we'll do something along these lines. Okay. So we'll get them in here. We'll have a ceiling. We'll have lights, you know, all that good stuff. I'll do something with the floor so it makes more sense. Let's just, yeah. Okay. Fine. We'll do it this way. It's okay. You don't think you've heard of it? So Thunderbolts is, it's the latest from Marvel. They've taken to calling it the new Avengers, but I think this one might move because if I'm going to put a wall there, yeah, this one's going to have to move. But it's actually really fun. I liked it, so I'm going to talk about it in depth for the podcast. That'll come out in a couple of weeks because I am currently a week ahead, which is great. Because puts a little bit less pressure on me to get it edited over the weekend. So if something comes up, it's got the arm guy. Yes, the Bucky, the Winter Soldier is in it. The new Black Widow, Yelena, she's in it. A couple of people nobody care about. So it's fun. It actually has an interesting discussion throughout the movie about mental health, which is it's actually really good. So like I said, I'm going to talk about it. It'll be great. Is it a fabulous movie? No, but it's reasonable. It's worth watching. So I'm going to do that. All right. So I think what I'm going to do. There's a guy from Stranger Things too. Yeah. I'm not sure which guy that is, but because I haven't watched Stranger Things. But it also has Black Widow's dad. Yes. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the Red Guardian. Who's also a fun character. Also, the guy who plays what's it? Wyatt Russell. Kurt Russell's son plays JV Captain America, which is really cool. Plays the U.S. agent, and I'm blanking on the other guy. The guy who plays Bob Sentry. He does a really good job in it too. So, all right. So I think what I'm going to do, just because of the way things work, we'll get a couple of, most of these guys I think are going to be toolsmiths and maybe weaponsmiths, because that's what I typically need. But I am going to get a couple of armorers just to be sure I've got, I can buy diamond armor from from the villagers. So I can get a full set of diamond armor from these guys. All right. So, cool. So that's going to go there. I need... All right, so we're going to have the purple. I think the floor is going to basically be what it is. Honestly, you're probably not going to be able to see all of this pale oak, but I might. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. Ah! Jeez, monkeys. Turns out, concrete breaks very easily. But yeah, anyway, it's a... Oh, you need to go lay down. Yes. No, take care of yourself, Snoopers. I'm a big fan of self-care. I don't do it as often as I should for myself sometimes, but self-care is great. Okay, I'm going to take this block out. And let's go ahead. We'll just... plop in some netherrack, drop in a frog light, because light is going to go funky in this room once all of these torches are out of here. Very bad at self-care. Yeah. My wife too, man. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I try to take care of myself sometimes. But yeah, there are definitely times when it's like, oh, yeah, I could do something like rest, sleep, you know. But anyway, but yeah, self-care. Awesome. Yeah. Sorry, my daughter has made a rare public appearance, and it's just weird. All right. Anyway. But yeah, my wife's bad about it. At least this time she had a medical issue that at least she very quickly got an appointment and went to the doctor for. We don't know what's going on yet. I need to get some blood work and stuff done, but at least the initial thing is that it's not overly serious, so that's good. All right, so toolsmiths, weaponsmiths. So that's going to be grindstones, smithing tables, and then some blast furnaces. And I think we'll put the armorers over here. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, right. I needed something out front here to keep them in place. See what I can do, at least for now. And I don't know if this is actually the way I want to do it. Is I can put the trapdoors in between, which is fine. That will definitely keep them in place, at least side to side. And then I need something coming out in front so that they can't just walk out. So honestly, yeah, I mean, honestly, you basically need, here, we'll just do it with netherrack for a minute, but you basically just need a row of blocks like that, because they're going to be standing on, I think I'll have them stand on carpet. I don't know what color carpet, but I think a nice carpet here will be good. So what will it be? Yeah, and so this could become a solid blocks or something, but having them be able to talk to each other is kind of nice, because then sometimes trades get cheaper and all that good stuff. So, all right. Oh, actually, you know what would be kind of cool here? Maybe some, I'm kind of thinking I want to do something kind of dark for this block. So obsidian maybe, or blackstone. Blackstone might be really good. Let's go see. I think I've got blackstone. Let's go see. I think I want to do I want to do polished blackstone? Or do I want to do blackstone bricks? I don't know. Let's see what's available. I've got some. Somewhere. Okay, that's that stuff. Yeah. That's all deep slates. Ah, there we go. This has blackstone in it. All right, so we could do polished. Oh, that's polished deep slate. Sorry. Polished blackstone bricks. Let's just go see what this looks like. Might as well take this with me. Yeah, let's go see what this looks like. See if maybe maybe this will do what I need here. And I think it'll look good with the purple, so. Okay. Blackstone has a little bit of a purplish tint to it anyway. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. All right, so this will go like so. Yeah. Kind of like that. And then we'll stop it here. Maybe we'll stop it there. Okay. Now I might change out these sidewalls, but for now they're there. Yeah, I think that's gonna look okay. And yeah, depending on what I put here. Phew. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think that will work. So, yeah, that will definitely keep them in place. All right, and then, yeah, whatever whatever blocks end up here to keep the villagers from wandering around. It'll be something. I don't know what, but oops. It'll definitely be something. Yeah, see if I do like this will be kind of cool. Because you walk in here, so if I change this out, kind of like that plan. Yeah, let's change this out. Okay. All right, so yeah, so you come in and then here are all of the blacksmiths and stuff. I like this idea. Okay, I think this will work. So I'm not sold on these trapdoors. I can change some of that out. As long as I've got, actually, as long as I have blocks here. These don't even have to be, oh yeah, that'll work. Because the villager will be here. I just need a block in between. And then I could do any number of things. Ah, yes, so let's do that. Let's take these trapdoors out. All right. So what I'm going to need to do, because I want to get some of these villagers in place. So let's get this going, and I'm going to have to go get some, make some weakness potions. Oh, and we're out. Well, that's fine. I happen to bring the whole box, so cool. Okay, that's deep slate. Oh, actually, you know what might be good back there? Okay, well, that's cracked. Those are cracked bricks. But that's okay. I can mix some cracked bricks in. In fact, let's do that. Okay, haste beacon. I've got myself a haste beacon here. Okay, and we'll just throw some cracked ones in. Said I can throw something more interesting in the back, but yeah, let's just break a few of these, and we'll throw some cracked blocks in here too. It'll give a little bit of nice extra texture in places, and yeah, let's take that one. Okay, so it's not like I'm particularly getting particularly detailed here, but it'll be okay. Now, what I am going to have to do, ooh, yeah, let's pop that out. Replace that with a cracked one. All right. Now, to make things a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to have to take this wall out so that I can get the villagers in, because I'm going to need to run some rail through here. Okay, and so what color carpet should I put down here? Okay, because I'm going to have to put down something. I don't know what, but definitely something. And I guess I could also use trapdoors if I wanted to do something like that too, but it doesn't matter which, it just needs to be a color. And obviously this white concrete floor can change too, right? It doesn't... Ah, darn. That's fine. Okay, we'll just go pick up these stripped logs, it'll be fine. Because I've got the space, right? There's nothing below that floor that cares about it, right? Okay, so that comes out. And that comes out. Awesome. All right, so yeah. We've got some light in here, which is good. That's all reasonably well lit, which is also good. All right, so I'm gonna need some blocks, I guess. All right, so we're gonna need mostly toolsmiths and weaponsmiths, which means which means my nose itches, which means smithing tables and grindstones. All right, so smithing tables are going to involve planks. Let's see, what do I have? Probably, I do have a few nether trees. That would be fine. I'm curious. How does this look? Kind of looks good in my inventory. Ooh. That's not bad. We'll have to play with that. So I might use that in a couple of places. But for now, it's not what I need. But if that's what I'm going to do, let's not use the nether woods for that then. So let's take... I can take some dark oak planks. Okay, let's... resin... Go put that away for now. All right, iron. Iron. Okay, now, because I was smart, I totally didn't count how much of that I was going to need, so... Right, so let's get up here and figure that out. So smithing tables. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 smithing tables. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that'll work. 8 smithing tables. How do I craft a smithing table again? Okay, there it is. Hi. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since I already have 1. Okay. Awesome. Sleeping. And let's see, we're going to need grindstones, which grindstones are funky. All right. I think grindstones are... Is it smooth stone slabs, I think it is. And sticks. I think that's right. Slabs, and then I have sticks. All right. That's probably too many, but that's fine. And then blast furnaces. Okay. Hang on, let's just put this terracotta away for a minute. Blast furnaces. How do you make a blast furnace? It's a regular furnace, I know, but then smooth stone and iron. Well, the iron I've got. Okay. Smooth stone I've got. So let's go and craft this up. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 furnaces. And then all the blast furnaces. Okay. Awesome. All right, let's go place this down, and then I'm going to have to get some track in place. Also, I should probably think about getting a lightning rod up somewhere, because these villagers are about to have, you know, nothing over their heads, and I would like to change that. You know, that's 6. Maybe we'll do it that way. 4, 5, 6. And then the blast furnaces. All right. Cool. So now comes the question again. What do I want to put on the floor? Because I do need some form of color there. Now, what I could do, actually would probably look pretty good, would be some gray. I have some gray carpet, gray wool. There we go. I even have some gray carpet. Cool. All right, so those can go. Those can go there. Awesome. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need a number of things here to make this happen, but upsy daisy. All right, so yeah, if I just run some gray carpet here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to look pretty good. So let's go ahead and Oops. I don't know how much I'm going to need. No. We'll do that much. It's not going to be enough, but we'll. All right. Cool. All right. Nice. All right, so that's where we're going to have our villagers. Fair? Fair. All right. So next thing I'm going to need to do is get some tracks. So let's go ahead. Oh, I'm going to have to go craft some activator rails because I know. Hi. I know I only have like one of them, and I want to get more of that, so. Let's get some activator rails. Let's see. Activator rails. Now, those are made with stuff, so. Activator rails. Redstone torches. Okie dokie. I don't know how much redstone I have. Okay. Well, this should work. Activator rails. Good enough. All right. Okay, that's good. And I've got levers on me, so that's awesome. And so then it's just a matter of rails. Cool. All right. Before I get too crazy here, I do want to get a lightning rod. So I don't think lightning strikes in the deserts. I mean, in real life, it strikes in a desert. But in Minecraft, I don't know. So we're just going to go ahead and hop up here. And we'll just slap a lightning rod right there. Great. Shocking. All right. So. Cool. So that'll be a thing. Let's wire this up. And then I'm going to have to figure out a bunch of other things. But step one, let's take our activator rails. Right? Is that the right place? Yes. Be sure they are in places. Now, this one's going to end up doing some double duty, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of weird blocking in these corners. Okay, which is fine. I just need to be aware of it. Okay. Rail. That's not rail. All right. Minecart rail. All right. So basically, yeah. All right. So this is all going to have to come through here. Those will have to be lit. We'll unlight them as they go. But yeah, that can go there for the moment. So for now, let's go ahead and block this off so that when the villager ejects... Actually, no, I should have grabbed the resin. Oh, well. When the villager ejects, he'll eject where I want him to be. Okay. All right, and that will keep them from ejecting out this way. So, in a perfect world, they will eject off into the side here, and it'll be wonderful. But we'll see how perfect a world it is in a minute. But the next thing I need to do is let's get some potions. All right. So let's see. Do I have... Oh, no, I do have some fermented spider eye. Perfect. And I've got some gunpowder. Even also perfect. All right. Let's set up a brewing stand. Yeah. Okay. All right. Brewing stand. I guess it goes there. All right. Cool. And then I'm going to need some water bottles. Cool. I have a few. All right. Water bottles go in there. All right. And, oh, I need blaze powder, not blaze rods. That's fine. This will be fine. This is not ideal, but it will definitely get me started. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and... Oh, that's not what I need. I need fermented spider eye, which is fermented spider eye, brown mushrooms, and sugar. There's a lot of not... I've got sugar back in the city. Don't know if I have brown mushrooms, but all right, let's head back to the ancient city and see what fun we can have. Okay? It'll be great fun. It'll be wonderful. And I'd like to get a couple of these guys in. I have to keep an eye on the clock because I have to work tonight. And I need to be sure I stop in time to get some post-stream stuff done before I head over to work. So I just need to keep an eye on the clock. So we've got like 20 minutes, so it should be okay. I might even have some fermented spider eye, but we shall see. We'll see what I've got. I know I've got some brown mushroom. Not necessarily a lot of it, but I can always grow it. I just need to be sure I get some podzol or something to grow it on, which is fine. Podzol is good. I've got lots of podzol. We're definitely okay there. Got all the podzol, will be great. All right, so there's the gold farm. Rocklight farm. There we go. Yep, I did spend a little bit of time AFKing the Froglight farm, so got a few more Froglights now. It's not a lot, but it's some. All right. So yeah, so if I need podzol, I definitely have podzol. Okay. Let's just grab a little bit here. Okay. Just in case I need to grow some mushrooms. We should be okay. All right. So let's see what I've got going on over here. So sugar is not a problem. I have a lot of sugar because I did things. Ooh, I even have fermented spider eye. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, even more wonderful. Okay, so we'll just take this fermented spider eye. But do I have plants? I do have some brown mushroom. Okay. So I'll take this with me so I can grow stuff over there. All right. And oh, sugar. Oh, I put that box down. All right, this is fine. This is fine. I can make it work. Just trying to clean up a little bit of inventory space. That's paper, sugar. Okay. All right, we're set. Let's head back. It's gonna be a trip. And a happy trip. All right, all right, all right, all right. Gonna get there eventually. There we go. All right, I suppose I should have taken some time to harvest some ice, but it's all right. That's something I do need to do once in a while. Because obviously in the Badlands, there's no way to get ice. It's all hot there. Short of buying it from wandering traders when they show up. If I want ice or packed ice, that's just not going to be a thing. So, we'll get it. I've got to get it over there from the ancient city, which is in a taiga, which has snow and ice and coldness. And again, it's not like I've got a large ice farm there, but I suppose I could expand it. But I'd still have to be over there to AFK and, you know, get stuff. I'm not at all worried about doing an AFK or any sort of like flying machine powered ice farm. I've built those. They're fine. I just don't want to. I don't need that much ice, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I need some, but not that much. Okay. And moving on. Okay, this way. All right, good. So we've got fermented spider eye, and we've got gunpowder. So we can totally make what I need here. All right, so this is going to become sugar. Okay. All right, you know what I should do? Let's get my... I do like to do this. It's not... It doesn't take much effort, but it is handy. Oops. It's pointing the wrong way. That way. It's really handy just to say, oh, I want to make this potion. Let's just run it through the hopper, and it works out pretty well. Okay. For doing individual batches of potions, I really like that as a thing. Okay. Splash potions of weakness. Now, what I didn't bring. I didn't bring golden apples. Because, jeez. Okay. Darn it, we're going to have to go flying back. All right. Darn it, I'm going to need gold, and I'm going to need apples. All right, well, while we're flying, we'll go do the thing. Jeez. Anyway. So are you one of the 4 people on the internet who don't have a VPN yet? Yeah. That's, turns out, if you can sign up for a VPN through Proton. I love Proton, by the way. Proton is oh, they're so awesome. They're a very privacy and security focused company. They've been privacy focused for years. We started with Proton Mail as a privacy focused webmail thing as opposed to like Gmail or at the time Hotmail and those types of services. Right? Awesome stuff. And Proton VPN is the same way. It's got that focus of keeping your data private, so that you don't have to worry about your ISP spying on you, your government spying on you, even Proton spying on you. Okay, it's a fabulous tool. Definitely worth checking out. There's some discounts if you go through my link. And I get a kickback, of course, because that's how these things work. And, of course, if you're traveling, and you want to get back and watch your shows, you can do that. All right, so yeah, it's cool. And Proton subscription, you get lots of devices. Oh, it's good stuff. So definitely a fan. How much inventory space do I have? Got some. So let's get some apples. We're definitely doing this the expensive way. So enchanted golden apples, I'm not going to feed those to villagers. That would be silly. It would be. It would be. So anyway, the other cool thing is you could sign up with Proton VPN. If you sign up for like their ultimate like full Proton package, like a Ghostbuster with your Proton pack or something like that. No, you get Proton Pass, which is fabulous as well. Lots of good stuff. So definitely worth checking out if you are in the market for some form of privacy. Definitely worth looking into. All right, I happen to have. Do I have my gem box in here? I don't. All right, we're gonna just. It's annoying, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Woohoo. I'm gonna do them 2 stacks at a time, but we're gonna do it. All right. That'll be enough to get me started. Okay. I definitely am going to need to see if I can get a farmer or something that... Because I said I think some farmers will sell golden apples. I think. I'd have to double check that. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Wouldn't be the first time. And it won't be the last. All right, but let's see if I can get the first round of villagers in. The only I don't have any. I don't have emeralds. I'm gonna have to do some trading off camera, I think, to get some emeralds. But we'll get the villagers in place because sadly, the first trade with the villagers is not iron. And I need them to have an iron trade. But it's the second trade on most of them. Armorers tend to get real flaky on that one for some reason. So we'll be a little bit careful with the iron or with the armorers. If they don't get an iron trade, they're going to get iced because that's why they're here. They are an ATM, and as a side bonus, I will buy armor from them on occasion. But yeah. Okay. You know how it is with the villagers. Okay. Cool. So let's get this box down. Honestly, I think let's just throw that in there for a minute. Is it this? I had a box. Yeah, that one. Let's grab my carrots again. Yeah, so I knew I had a box that I had stuff in, but All right. Let's craft golden apples. Golden apples are expensive, yo. Just in case you were wondering. And we are going to need a lot of them. Okay. That's fine for now. Okay. Alright. I did put those apples back in the food, right? Yes. Alright. Good. Alright, so let's get our splash potions. I only need one at the moment. But let's see if I can get this to work. Now, unfortunately, it does take a little bit of time for them to change. So we're going to... Hi. Okay, and so you, and you, and you. And they're far enough apart so they won't be able to attack each other, which is good. All right, now I'm going to have to wait for them to change because I don't have a roof over any of this stuff, so... I mean, it's... I mean, the roof is straightforward, right? It's just going to come up this way. All right, so I could, theoretically, pop these guys in, but I'm a little bit worried that they'll take some damage coming around that corner, but... Okay. Oh, actually, I don't need him to go there. I need him to go this way. All right. That's fine. All right, so that'll take a few minutes for them to change. Let's head down here. I need to cut myself a better tunnel than this, but maybe one that actually goes through the villager breeder, which should be a much shorter walk, but because if I come through here, right, and free cam my way through here, the villager breeder is like right there, so build a staircase down this way. In any case, let's let a couple of these guys through. All right. And, you know, they're going to very quickly get eaten. Like, he should be totally, like, they should be totally eating this guy right here. They're not, but also, I found out the reason they're buried in the ground like that, it's totally a thing. Resource pack thing. Okay. Hi, guys. I wonder if, here, do you guys like, slabs? Some of them might like slabs. I don't know if all of them like slabs. But some of them might like slabs. Okay. Hey, do some of you like cobblestone? Just hang on. Yeah, some of them might absolutely like cobblestone. And if they do like cobblestone, it'll be lovely because... here. Because then those guys that are holding cobblestone won't despawn, which is fabulous. Okay. Again, I don't know how many of them are in there, but if I can get a few of them holding holding cobblestone, at least I can be at least mildly certain they won't despawn. Okay. Oh, and I got Zombie Doctor. That means at least one of those guys has changed. Wonderful. All right. That's great. All right, let's head back up to the surface and see if I can get those guys into place. And, you know, maybe I'll sleep first. All right. All right, so let's see if I can get the first one in. All right. Oh, got them all. They're all changed. Perfect. All right. So let's get the first guy in. I just want to push the button. Thank you. All right. Great. He's in. Wonderful. Grab my cart. Sweet. All right, so he should eventually get a job. And the next guy. There you go. And he's going to slide in place, and he's got a job. Wonderful. Yeah, he actually has a job. He's... See? This is... Oh. You'll get a job eventually. You'll... Oh. Actually, he might not get a job. I think he's a nitwit. Well... That would be really unfortunate. Okay. I'm going to have to ice him if that's the case. Alright. But he definitely has green on him, so... That's definitely the sign of a nitwit. Though, I didn't think you could... I didn't think you'd get nitwits. Are you a nitwit? He says he's not, but I don't know that I trust him. Okay, well, I'll leave him there. I can ice him later, but... Okay, see. That'll go there. Cool. See, these guys who got jobs, he doesn't. But that's how this is going to go. See, it works out great. So if I head down... okay. Unfortunately, I have to do this one at a time because of how I set this up. Which is... It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So... Okay. Alright, well, so let's get a couple more zombies up here. We'll cure them, and then... yeah, or at least we'll start them curing. And then I think that'll have to be it for tonight, because I really do have to stop at least some semblance of on time today. Okay. Alright, so there he goes. Alright. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can take the elevator up too. Yep, I can just slide right past all these guys. Right on up. Okay. So that's the first guy. Alright. Yeah, definitely need a better way down into the breeder down there, but that's okay. That's a problem for future me, and that's probably something I might do offline just to make it simpler. Okay, up he goes. All right. And then, we'll just flip this. Oops, no, that could be there. Flip that one. All right. Soon I'll get pretty good at that flight, but all right. And the last guy. All right. Yeah. Up is easy. Down is slightly harder, so we'll deal with that at some other point. But there we go. So now we've got these three guys. I can splash them. Okay. Then. All right. And then they'll shiver for a while and will convert, which will be great. Unfortunately, I think... Oh no, he got a job. He is not a nitwit. Perfect. He just has green on him. Love it. Love that for you. All right, so these guys all have jobs, which is wonderful. So yeah, and then what I can do is I can take out, right, I can take those ones out. That's going to have to stay there until we get the other guy in. And said I may do some other decor in between here, but, you know, for now, they're good. They're definitely good. And like I said, these guys can take up to like 5 minutes to change or something like that. It's not long, but it's longer than I have. So step 1 is complete, which is great. But we're going to have to call it for today. This has been good. We've got, we've made a good start on where our villagers are going to go. I like what's happening with this. And it's going to be nice getting these villagers all traded up and all of that good stuff. So I want to give a shout out to my supporters over there at musicfreegaming.com. Becoming a supporter there is the best way to support the channel and help me keep going and do the things and all that stuff. So you get some cool perks too. It's not just about me. There's a lot of good stuff for you. So check that action out. The next stream will be Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So be sure to check that action out. If you like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell right on your platform of choice. It'll let you know when I'm live. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.